Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is not perceivable through the gross material senses. It is said, Atha Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhave Grahamya Indriyaha Sevo Mukhehi Jivadao Swayam Eva Spurate Adaha. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.234. Lord Sri Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, etc., cannot be understood by material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service under proper guidance is he revealed. In Brahma Samhita 5.38, it is stated, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochena Santa Sadvai Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. One who can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, always within himself and outside himself. Outside himself, if one has developed the transcendental loving attitude towards him. Thus, for people in general, he is not visible. Here it is said that although he is all pervading, everywhere present, he is not conceivable by the material senses. This is indicated here by the word Avyakta Murtina. But actually, although we cannot see him, everything is resting in him. As we have discussed in the seventh chapter, the entire material cosmic manifestation is only a combination of his two different energies, the superior spiritual energy and the inferior material energy. Just as the sunshine is spread all over the universe, the energy of the Lord is spread all over the creation, and everything is resting in that energy. Yet, one should not conclude that because he is spread all over, he has lost his personal existence. To refute such an argument, the Lord says, I am everywhere and everything is in me, but still I am aloof. For example, a king heads a government which is but the manifestation of the king's energy. The different governmental departments are nothing but the energies of the king, and each department is resting on the king's power. But still, one cannot expect the king to be present in every department personally. That is a crude example. Similarly, all the manifestations that we see and everything that exists, both in this material world and in the spiritual world, are resting on the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The creation takes place by the diffusion of his different energies, and as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Vishtabhyam idam Krishnam, he is everywhere present by his personal representation, the diffusion of his different energies. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. So a lot of times we get this doubt, right? Can I see God? So a lot of times we get this doubt, right? Can I see? I would like to see God, right? So the problem in seeing God is not manifest to material senses. Our senses are material or spiritual? What do you think? Our eyes, right? Are they material eyes or the spiritual eyes?
Material.
Material eyes.
Prabhuji.
So with the material eyes, and our ears, are they material ears or spiritual ears? What we have?
Material.
Ears. And our tongue, is it material or spiritual?
Material.
So the thing is, Krishna is fully spiritual. And we by nature are spiritual. We are part and parcel of Krishna, but since time immemorial, because of the association of this material nature, we have forgotten our real nature, and we have started to associate with the material nature as us. That means we identify ourselves with the body. For example, if you say, if I have to introduce myself, I won't say Aham Brahmasmi. If you ask me what's your name, I'm going to tell my name. So anybody who says what's your name, anybody will say Aham Brahmasmi. I don't have a name. Will anybody say like that? No, right? So you start saying, okay, my name is this, my father's name is this, my village is this, my family is this, like that. So we are associating with our body, isn't it? Means we have taken our identity with the body. So that means we have identified ourselves with the body. So this is our position currently. In this position, as long as we continue to be in this material identification, we cannot understand Krishna. So therefore, Krishna's name, even Krishna's name we are chanting, right? We are chanting Krishna, we are chanting every day Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But when will that become the name, the real name? When we talk about holy names of Krishna, right? Holy names of Krishna, we know what is the power of holy name of Krishna. Right? You know, Srimad, in the Shikshastakam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that Lord has invested all his energy inside the holy name. Says Tatrarpitani. So he says that Krishna has put all his energy inside the name. Nija Sarva Shakti. Tatrarpita Smaranena Kala. So even though Krishna has put all of his energy inside the names, names are so powerful, as good as Krishna. But when we chant the names of Krishna, are we realizing, are we feeling that we are, we are in association with Krishna 100%? Sometimes we do, sometimes we may not. Correct? So that is missing because we are doing it with the material senses. So simply by chanting Rama or Krishna, it doesn't become Nama. Are you understanding? To become the holy name, right? To become the holy name, we need the blessings of the spiritual master. So we need to get the blessings of the spiritual master. So when the spiritual master gives mercy, so when we get the mercy of the spiritual master, then the name will manifest. Then the pure chanting will start from our. So we should not wait for that, but we should keep chanting. And we should wait for mercy. Mercy will come when we do our sadhana. Right? Without doing sadhana, it won't come. So, to see Krishna, to understand Krishna's name, his pastimes, we cannot understand with our material senses. But it is only possible by devotional service under proper guidance. Under proper guidance means under the instructions, under the shelter of the spiritual master. Right? Because only one who has Krishna can give us Krishna, is it not? Who can give us Krishna? We cannot get Krishna directly. If we have to get Krishna, somebody who has Krishna can give us Krishna. Correct? So that person is the spiritual master, Guru. And when we get that, it's called Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santas Sadaiva Hrudayeshu Vilokayanti. The pure devotees, they are able to see Krishna everywhere. Right? Because they have love for Krishna. When we have love for Krishna, we'll be able to see Krishna everywhere. Right? Why? Because you see, the thing is, let's see technically how Krishna is present everywhere. Let's just try to understand. Okay. So I'm saying Krishna has two energies. He spoke about it in the 7th chapter. Right? 7th chapter. What was the name of the chapter?
Knowledge of the absolute.
Knowledge of the absolute.
Absolute.
Knowledge of the absolute. Knowledge of the absolute. So in that, Krishna spoke about, first he spoke about energy number 1. What was that? Bhumi rapo nalo vayu khammano buddhi revacha ahamkara itiya me binna prakriti rashtada. That was, what is the name of that energy called? External energy. Or the, you can say nature, material nature, prakriti. Bhakshi Shakti. And then he spoke about another energy. What was the other energy? So this is the material nature. Right? For example, our body. Our body is made up of first energy or second energy? It was made up of this. First energy. First energy. Panchabhutas. The second energy is the Jiva, living entity. That is the living spirit soul. That spirit soul has nothing to do with the external energy. Right? This is called as a Jiva. And Krishna says that he is beyond these two energies. And both of them have the source within him. So everything is a combination of these two energies. So everything that we see is a combination of Prakriti and Purusha. Right? Everything in the world is that. So this is the world. So, and Krishna is claiming that this is my energy. He said, this is my energy. And he said, this is my energy. Both of them, he said, they are my energy. But this is external, this is Tatastha Shakti, marginal. External energy, marginal energy. But nonetheless, all of them are energies of God. So that means, if here is God, okay, if here is Krishna, okay, he has got his energies, many energies, out of which one of the energy number one is material nature. Energy number two is living entity, right? So, and so the whole world, okay, now when you look at this material world, now tell me something. When with this knowledge, if we see this world, okay, this is our world, okay, we said Mrityu Samsara, okay, this is our Brahmanda, all the universes. Now, are they made up of energy number one or two? The shell, the shell, what is it made up of? What is this?
That
What is this
made
material?
of one.
One, right? The first energy, that is external energy. And all the living entities who are there within this, obviously, if there is a city without any people, that city has no value, isn't it? City is valuable because there are people inside it, isn't it? Similarly, the world is valuable only because there are living entities within it, isn't it? So now there are infinite living entities like, stars in the sky. Now what are these? Which energy are they?
One.
Two, right?
Two. But
Living and
marginal.
Living
living
entities,
energies.
right? Margin energy, living entities. So all the living entities, we are within this, and then this is spiritual sky, right? I said this is spiritual sky. The spiritual sky is a spiritual energy. So here we have the spiritual sky, the spiritual energy. So this is energy number 3. Krishna has many energies, right? He has multifarious energies, right? So yeah, so now this is the spiritual sky. So inside this spiritual sky, this material world is present, right? So this is 3, yeah. So we have inside the spiritual world, we are there. That is also energy of Krishna. And this material world is made up of energy of Krishna. The living entities are energy of Krishna. So what do we understand from that, right? This entire, by me, in my unmanifested form, this entire world is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. But I am not in them. All beings are there in me, but I am not in them. How do we understand that? Krishna is present as Paramatma within everybody also, right? When we say Bahir Narsimha, Hridaya Narsimha, we say that, Krishna is present outside also, inside also, isn't it? But then here Krishna is saying, I am not within them. How do we understand that? Now, the way to understand here is, he is not personally present. So he is not personally present. He is present as his localized representative. Paramatma, who is present in the heart of every living entity, is a localized super soul, is a representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. But he is not Supreme Lord Krishna himself. He himself, he stays here. Krishna stays always in Golok Vrindavan. He never leaves Vrindavan, whether here or here. So it is said in the Shastras that Goloka, Krishna never steps out of Golok Vrindavan. He never steps out of Golok. He never steps out of Vrindavan. He is always in Vrindavan. So the way we can understand this is, but this is all Avyakta Murtina, means the energy of Krishna. Everything is energy of Krishna, and we are all energies of Krishna. We are floating in the energy of Krishna, right? So it is like the perfect example to understand this is like the government, right? Okay, there's a king. Okay, here is a king. And here is a king. And the king has many departments, right? So here is tax department, education department, right? We have the police department. We have the army. Okay, different departments, right? So all of them are organized by the king only. So that means king is, king's government is present everywhere. So this is all government of the king, isn't it? This is all government. So that means we are in when we say that, I am in the king's government only, isn't it? We are under this king's government. Of course, in India, we don't have kings, but there are so many countries where there are still kings, right? Like Saudi Arabia, I think in Malaysia also there's a king. In Africa, there are some kings, right? So many places where there are kings. So when we say we are in the king's government, right? So this government, this king is not personally present here. He's not personally present here. He's not personally present, but still he's present because it is his government, right? So that is how we have to understand. Here it is given the example here that a king heads a government which is the manifestation of king's energy. Government is a manifestation of king's energy, right? But government departments are nothing but energies of the king, and each department is resting on the king's power. But one cannot expect the king to be present in every department personally. This is all a government of king only. It's all energy of the king. But the king is not personally present here. He is present in his palace. Correct? He is present in his palace. He is also present in the government, but not in the way that we think. He is not personally present. Similarly, all the manifestations that we see and everything that exists, both in this material world and the spiritual world, are resting on the energies of the Supreme Lord. Everything is resting on the energy of the Supreme Lord. So everything is energy of the Lord. So we have three energies, right? We have the spiritual energy, we have the material energy, we have the living entity. So living entity is between spiritual energy and material energy, like sandwich. So the problem with us is like we have associated with the material energy for too long now. How many years? Any idea? Approximately, let's say 150 trillion and 20 billion years approximately. I mean, that is a time since we have forgotten that we are the living entity, right? And why don't we simply continue this? I mean, it's nice, no? Material nature is very nice, isn't it? No? Is it nice or not nice? It is very attractive, no?
It is Dukhalayam Shashvatam.
It's Dukhala Mesas. Material nature is very attractive, but then it gives us repeated suffering. Okay? Spiritual nature, Krishna is saying turn towards the spiritual nature. So spiritual nature is also attractive, but it gives you bliss. This, if you associate with material nature, it's called ignorance. If you associate with the spiritual nature, it's called knowledge, right? If you associate with the material nature, it is impermanent. If you associate with the spiritual energy, it becomes permanent. So Satchit Ananda, eternity, knowledge and bliss. Not Asat, Achit and Nirananda. But at the moment, our situation is Asat, Achit and Nirananda. So we are in the material nature right now. Okay, we have to turn ourselves towards Krishna. Okay, so because like since so much time we have forgotten God, we have forgotten Krishna, and now we have the chance to remember Krishna, right? So that is Krishna is giving us mercifully the chance to remember him, right? So let's go to the next verse. न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरं भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थो ममात्मा भूतभावनः. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of the all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. Anybody wants to read this verse? Very nice. This is the most confidential knowledge. Most confidential knowledge. And Krishna said that I am giving this knowledge to you, Arjuna, because you are not envious. So in the name of Arjuna, we are all getting to hear about the most confidential knowledge of God. Yeah, please go ahead, Matas.
Hare Krishna, am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes, the verse and the translation. Please go ahead.
Okay, Hare Krishna. न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थो ममात्मा भूतभावनः. Translation also, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence, although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation, for myself is the very source of creation. Purport. The
Hare Krishna.
Lord says,
But one moment, I'll just give a small explanation and then you can continue.
sure, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So Krishna is saying here, just like how we have, Atlas. How many of you have seen the Atlas? There is a Greek mythological character called Atlas. Have you seen the picture of Atlas? Putting the earth on his shoulders. Anybody? Right? He's bending
Yes.
like this, and his, earth is on his shoulders, and he's like with great difficulty, he's putting it on his shoulders.
Hercules.
Right? Right. So it's not like, it's not like that. That Krishna, everything is resting on me doesn't mean, Krishna is with great difficulty is putting on his hand and everything is resting on him. It's not like that. Okay. And we'll see what it basically means when Krishna says, I'm not a part of this cosmic manifestation. How do we understand this? He's saying, I am the source of this. I'm not a part of this manifestation. And the previous one, he said that even though everybody rests in me, I am not in them. So many confusing statements. Let's try to understand. Okay, please read the purport. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
But the Lord says that everything is resting on Him. Mat sthani sarva bhutani. This should not be misunderstood. The Lord is not directly concerned with the maintenance and sustenance of this material manifestation. Sometimes we see a picture of Atlas holding the globe on his shoulders. He seems to be very tired holding this great earthly planet. Such an image should not be entertained in connection with Krishna's upholding this created universe. He says that although everything is resting on him, he is aloof. The planetary systems are floating in space, and the space is the energy of the Supreme Lord. But he is different from space, he is differently situated. Therefore, the Lord says, although they are situated on my inconceivable energy, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am aloof from them. This is the inconceivable opulence of the Lord. In the Nirukti Vedic dictionary, it is said, Yujyate nena durgateshu karyeshu. The Supreme Lord is performing inconceivably wonderful pastimes, displaying his energy. His person is full of different potent energies, and his determination is itself actual fact. In this way, the personality of Godhead is to be understood. We may think of doing something, but there are so many impediments, and sometimes it is not possible to do as we like. But when Krishna wants to do something, simply by his willing, everything is performed so perfectly that one cannot imagine how it is being done. The Lord explains this fact. Although He is the maintainer and sustainer of the entire material manifestation, He does not touch this material manifestation. Simply by His supreme will, everything is created, everything is sustained, everything is maintained, and everything is annihilated. There is no difference between his mind and himself, as there is a difference between ourselves and our present material mind, because he is absolute spirit. Simultaneously, the Lord is present in everything, yet the common man cannot understand how he is also present personally. He is different from this material manifestation, yet everything is resting on him. This is explained here as Yogam Aishwaryam, the mystic power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, how many of you have seen the pastime or the painting of Lord Krishna lifting the Govardhan? Yes. So
Yes,
how
please.
can a human being lift a hill? Is it possible that a human being can lift a hill?
No chance.
No chance, right? And Krishna is lifting a hill, right? Govardhan. And then he is lifting the weakest part of our body is our little finger independently, right? You cannot do anything with your little finger, isn't it? Can you try to do something with your little finger?
No way.
Right? And that to left hand. So Lord is lifting that mountain, Govardhana Giridhari, right? And actually, if you think about it, it is nothing, isn't it? Because the Lord is, all the entire universe is resting upon Him. So how difficult it is for Him to just lift one single mountain, correct? So let us zoom a little bit out and just try to understand. Okay, this Bhagavad Gita is a part of a larger text. What is that textbook called? What is it called?
Srimad
Mahabharata.
Bhagavatam.
Song of
Srimad
God.
Mahabharata.
Srimad
Mahabharata.
Mahabharata.
Mahabharata is the
Oh, yes.
story of Pandavas and Kauravas, right? And Krishna has appeared in the family of the Yadavas. I mean, Krishna has appeared and appears as if he has taken birth, right? He has taken birth and he's appeared, right? Janma karma cha me divyam. It is transcendental birth. He has appeared in the family of Yadus because Yadus were his devotees. And now, this what is happening right now is as a part of Mahabharata. Kurukshetra war is about to begin, and Arjuna has chosen Krishna, whereas Duryodhana has chosen Krishna's army, right? Narayani Sena. And Arjuna has requested Krishna to clear his confusion and explain him what is it that he has to do. And therefore Krishna is explaining what he has to do, and he has taken the position of the spiritual master, and he is explaining about himself, and he is explaining the most confidential knowledge of the scriptures. So it's not that everybody knows this, okay? It's the most confidential knowledge of Mahabharata. It is the most confidential knowledge of all the scriptures. So Krishna is explaining that I am the original creator, I am the original maintainer of this universe. Krishna is not a person. A person means he is not a human being. He appears like a human being. He is not a human being, right? And he is somebody where he is a maintainer of all the living entities, and he is everywhere. He is present everywhere, but yet he is not a part of this cosmic manifestation. He is not a part of this world. So I had the same question. I was very confused with this. I said, what does that mean? When Krishna says that I am everywhere, but I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation, how do we understand this? I asked one senior devotee once, okay, in ISKCON Sheshadripuram one day. There was one senior devotee, Bhakti Vinod Prabhu, and I got a chance to drop him to his room. So that time I asked, Prabhuji, I'm very confused. Can you explain me this? What does it mean? So Prabhu explained with a nice example, okay, which I remember. Okay, the example is this, that, okay, just imagine a jail. Okay, let's just see this. Okay, this is very interesting. Let me share my screen. Okay, so here is a jail. Okay, this is a jail. Okay. And then there are so many prisoners here, right? So many prisoners. All of them who are within the jail are prisoners. And then what happened is one day, the king came to visit the jail. He entered the jail to visit the jail. And he sees everybody. He says hello to everybody. Are you all fine here? Is the arrangements okay? He's asking everybody. And he returns back, right? So what should the prisoner inmates think about the king? That should they think that when the king is present here, will they think, look, king is also in the jail. He's a part of the jail. So king is in the jail. So is king a part of the jail?
It's
No.
not a part of the jail.
It's not a part of the jail, right? He has just come to visit. He's not a part of it, right? Or the jailer also. Jailer is not a part of it, right?
He is a visitor.
He's a visitor. He has come. I mean, he is the king. I mean, under his guidance, these punishments are going on. So he has come here to visit and see and just go and maybe release some people. I mean, if some people are, behaving very nicely, the king will say, okay, release this person. Okay, release this person. Maybe somebody will talk nicely, or if he gets some nice um, report about a prisoner, about the jailer comes and says, this prisoner is very sincere. Okay, he has been very cooperative. He's the best prisoner. The king will say, okay, release him. So then that guy will be out. He'll be out of the jail. So this is our position. This is the position of Krishna. So when Krishna enters into the material world, we should not think that he is a part of the material world. Are you understanding now? He is not a part of the material world. He is the owner of the material world. He is the source of the material world. Just like another example, there is a CEO of a company. Okay, there's a founder of a company. Okay, you call him managing director, CEO, whatever. Okay, he is his company, completely his. Okay, no board of directors, nothing. It's completely his solo proprietorship. Now he has set some rules that employees should come at this time. They should swipe out. They should stay in the company for so many hours. They have these rules. They have 22 leaves per year, like that. Now, is that managing director also having only 22 or 18 leaves per year? Yeah. Is the managing director also has to follow that, I can take only 18 leaves? Is it like that?
No, Prabhuji.
Not necessary. There are some businesses, he has many businesses like that. It's not just, this is not the only business. There are some 100 businesses that he manages, and he has different managers he has kept. So sometimes he will just come there and go. He doesn't stay in every office for 9 hours. If he does like that, he will not be able to manage all of the offices, no? Are you understanding? Krishna is like that. Krishna is the source of the material universes, not one. He's called Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka. It's an infinite universe. It's a multiverse. Infinite universes are there. He is the source of all so everything is coming out from him. So if everything is coming out from him and he himself enters into one of them, how can we say that by any logic that Krishna is also subject to karma? Krishna is subject to Maya. This is all illogical statements. Are you understanding? God is not subject to Maya. God is not subject to karma. Like we may imagine. It may appear. Sometimes, the managing director also, he will also have an ID card. Correct? And he will also swipe just out of etiquette. It's not that he really requires an ID card all the time, isn't it? He's the man, he's the boss, right? Similarly, Krishna may enact as if there is some karma that is applied to him and he's trying to clean it off. This is all just for the sake of us to understand the etiquette of the material world. That's it. He's actually not in Maya. He's not in any kind of things because he's the source. Now, the problem is what happens is the impersonalists, they try to give a different interpretation. I'll tell you what is the interpretation that they try to give. They try to say, okay, just imagine, okay, just take a paper, all of you, okay, just take a paper in hand. Okay, let's say if you have a paper, okay, let me take one paper which is useless or something like that, for example. Okay, let me see if there is something useless. Yeah, I have something here. So, for example, I have a paper here. So, okay, let us say, their example is the absolute truth is like this paper, and we tear it like this, for example. That's what they're trying to say. Absolute truth is the paper, and then tearing it, right? So here is universe number 1, universe number 2, universe number 3, universe number 4. Now, where is the actual paper? Where is the actual paper now? It's all distributed, right? There is no actual paper, gone, right? Are you understanding? They're saying that the actual paper is gone. The absolute truth is gone. Getting it? So this is their argument. But that is a wrong interpretation. The correct interpretation is like this. The absolute truth is Purnamidam Purnamadah Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevava Shishyate. So there's a big tree, okay? So to this tree, let us say there are some fruits. So just, okay, let us say it has given 20 fruits, this tree. So will the tree become diminished by 20 fruits? Will it become t minus 20? This one, will it become smaller because 20 fruits were given?
No.
If 200 fruits are given, 1000 fruits are given also, it is still the same tree. And it can give again and again and again and again. Infinitely it can give. But it is the same tree. Similarly, all the universes are coming out from the Supreme Lord. Universes are coming from the Supreme Lord, but Krishna is not getting diminished because universe is coming out of him. Are you understanding? So that is the Purnamadah Purnamidam. That means he is the supreme whole. This is a Krishna. The supreme whole is like supremely complete. And so many supreme wholes are coming. WHOLE, not whole, HOLE. Purna. So these are the universes. These are the these are material universes are coming. Because these material universes are coming, this doesn't diminish. Infinity minus infinity is still infinite. It's not zero. Correct? So Krishna is infinite. Krishna is infinite. So he can produce any number of material universes and he can still remain the same. He is still the same he is in his own abode. He is inside Krishna Loka. He is always there in Golok Vrindavana as it is. He is the person, he is still the same. It's not that he has now, because the material world has been manifested from Krishna, now he has become Krishna minus material world. That's not the thing. So that's what we have to understand. That Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram. Behold my mystic opulence. Right? Everything is resting in him. Right? He is aloof from this material worlds. And he can create infinite number of universes. And that is the Yogam Aishwaram. The mystic power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any questions? Anybody has any questions?
Prabhuji, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Translation and purport. The first sentence of each of them kind of contradict each other. Please, can you
Yes, Mataji.
check on that, Prabhuji?
Sure, Mataji. Nachamatstani bhutani. This one?
The same. The translation says, and
Yes.
yet everything that is created does not rest in me.
Right.
Then the purport says, the Lord says that everything is resting on him.
Yeah, that's what. Everything that does not rest in me basically means that he is not a part of this material world. That
Okay.
means, yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, it's not that.
And also this, no, 7.7. Everything rests upon me as pearl strung on a thread. So this is little
Confusing. Yeah?
contradicting sentences,
Yes,
which
Mataji.
we should try to understand.
Yes, Mataji. Just like how we have sky, the cloud is within the sky, correct?
Yes.
Cloud is within the sky, but just because the cloud is there within the sky, will it affect this sky? Is sky affected
No,
by the
it doesn't
cloud?
affect, but the cloud is resting in the sky now. So
But
that statement means that the cloud is resting in the sky. But
it's
here
both
he
at the
is
same time.
saying,
It's both. It's both. I mean, cloud is also there in the sky. It's also not there in the sky. It's like that. Because
okay,
even yeah, it's both, right? Because if the cloud is gone, it's not that sky has got some effect of the cloud. It's completely untouched.
yes,
Similarly, the material world also is like that. Any infinite number of material worlds can come, but it does not affect Krishna. It is just like he's just like the sky. There's no change in him.
yes, that I understood, Prabhuji, but still I feel these sentences are contradictory. We have to understand it in the correct perspective.
Yes, Mataji. So this is the knowledge of the absolute. We have to read again and again and again and again to realize this
I
knowledge.
came across Prabhupada's explanation on this. I'll share it with you, Prabhuji, and then you may
Please, sure.
kindly explain, because we are not qualified to understand that much.
No, 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 nothing like that. Please do share, Mataji. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any other questions, devotees? Anybody has any questions? So, are you all understanding the most confidential knowledge? Is everybody clear about who is Krishna? You know, a lot of people think Krishna is the expansion of Parabrahman, right? Krishna is they think like that. Krishna is an expansion of Parabrahman. But what we have to realize is Krishna is Parabrahman, right? We say Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, correct? So Krishna is himself Parabrahman. He is not Parabrahma Swarupa or Parabrahma Amsha or Parabrahma Kala or Parabrahma expansion. No. Krishna is himself Parabrahman. That we have to realize. That is called faith. And we have to understand that he is the root of the universe. He is saying repeatedly, right? The universe is coming from him. He is the source of the universe. Right? When we understand this point with faith and when we start serving the Lord with faith, then we come from the third level to second level to the first. That's the first level of faith, right? And then if we can come to that level of faith, then there is no more birth and death. So we don't have to be born again, right? So Krishna is saying, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. That means if we simply understand that the pastimes of the Lord are transcendental, they're not human, they're not material. Just like we have pastimes of, Ashoka, we have pastimes of some historical kings. It's not like that. Krishna's stories are not like that. Krishna's birth is not like that of a human being. It is divyam. And if you understand it, tatvatah, if you simply understand, then there's no more birth and death. So this is what we have to realize and understand. Okay. Any other questions? Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
One question. Prabhuji, say every beings, all the living beings are identified by name. And every different Atma is there in all the these only entities. But if the how to identify the but to detach means how to vairagya means of course our human beings are very knowledgeable persons, so they are identify that body is different from atma, atma is separate. So to understand it better, this because of it is so many this thing of this creation of human beings and detached concept, so much attached. How to come out from the atma to separate from the dietary, how to detach ourselves.
So we said Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayatyasu Vairagyam Jnanam Cha Yadahayutikam. That is the conclusion of the Shastras. That means Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha. Vasudeva means Krishna. Bhagavati, the Supreme Lord. Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha. If we do intense devotional service towards Krishna, for example, we are all hearing about Krishna. That is also devotional service. If we intently hear Tivrena Bhakti Yogena, if we do that, then Janayati Asu Vairagyam. Janayati Asu Vairagyam. Very easily Vairagya will come. Jnanam cha yad ahaitukam. If we do ahaituki bhakti towards Lord without any deviation, we should not deviate from Krishna and we should not stop devotional service. Uninterrupted, undeviated. This is the condition. We should not stop devotional service. We should not deviate our attention from Krishna. If we do that, Jnana Vairagya come instantly.
Only, I think that understanding is only few people, but not all human beings. How it is to spread this thing completely, all human beings should be understand this question, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so that's the mercy of the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that we are trying to spread this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to the entire world, right? By making people chant the names of Krishna. Because as we chant, Sevan Mukhehi Jivadav, as we serve the Lord with our tongue by chanting his names, holy names repeatedly, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we become purified and then we become qualified to understand, and Krishna from within will give knowledge to us, right? So that is how, everybody in the world are now able to understand this most confidential knowledge people are able to understand by chanting the holy names of Krishna. That is the process. Sevan mukhi hi jivado. It starts with the tongue. If we have to understand about this secret, we should start the tongue exercise. That is chanting the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
Right, Prabhuji.
Yes, that is how we can make everybody understand this. Okay?
Right,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Prabhu. Sorry, just one question. Talk. Just wanted to say something.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Everything is when we say about God, there are certain things that is inconceivable.
Correct.
The example is the position of the Earth in this universe is so precise. And how is it that it's so precise that science can explain, or a human being can understand? Because if the Earth is just about 1 inch away, or 2 inches this side or that side, it becomes very hot or it becomes very cold. There's a very idealistic situation that the Earth is being placed. So in this way, there are many things that are inconceivable. First of all, this birth of mind between two cells, which slowly develops into a human being, it is inconceivable, I think. So I think there are certain things that are inconceivable, and it is best to be understood that it is that. That is all. I think you can't. There's no explanation beyond that for that inconceivable, Prabhu. I don't know.
We
I think
cannot
so.
explain, Prabhu. We cannot explain this inconceivable. Avyakta Murtina. Krishna is Avyakta Murtina. And we cannot
Exactly.
understand with our material senses, right? Our material senses, our mind is material, our
Yes.
intelligence is material, our senses are material. So we cannot see Krishna, we cannot understand Krishna with our mind and intelligence. But it is possible with Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanaina. Right? Krishna is saying, right? Bhakti Yogena means with love. Premanjana Churita means if we have love for Krishna, if we anoint our eyes with the ointment called love of God, then we can
That is the
understand.
highest level. That is the highest level, I think, Prabhu.
Yes, only then we can
I mean,
understand. Otherwise, we cannot understand.
absolutely. Yeah. That
Without
level we
that,
should
with
be. Like,
research, we cannot understand God. By doing
never.
research, material research, like the scientists or even the jnanis, they are trying to do material research. Neti process. This is not, this is not. With that process, you cannot understand God. That's not the process of understanding God. The process of understanding God is prema, with bhakti, with the realization of love, right? So Krishna is saying, Purushasa parah partha. Bhaktya shaknoti ananyaha. Right? So it is possible by ananya bhakti. It is possible. Bhaktya shakyam ananyaha. Only by devotional service one can understand the Supreme Lord. Only by devotion. That is the example, no? All the devotees, the gopis, the Yashoda, they are all, playing with Krishna, right? Yashoda is tying Krishna to a rope, right? So here we're like struggling to understand Krishna. There they are playing with Krishna. How? So it is the love. It's the love of God, and is the most important thing. And we should. That's what we should. We are trying to develop that. We are trying to revive our love for God by chanting His names. Then we can understand to some extent by Krishna's mercy, because He has to reveal Himself. He will reveal from within, right? So when we continuously, constantly chant, right, then He will reveal Himself. It's a process of revelation, Prabhu. That is the important point. Prabhupada says it is not a process of research. It is a process of revelation. He has to reveal Himself. God has to reveal Himself. Just like sun has to come by himself. We cannot extract sun out. Right? We have to wait till the sun comes. Right? So we can only, pray very intently and He will reveal Himself. Right? He says that in the Bhagavad Gita 10.8 and all, right? So matchitta madgata pranaha bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Right? Tesham evanukampartam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atmabhavasto jnanadipena bhasvata. Right? So those people who are continuously, doing the devotional service of the Lord, He will come from within. He will give the lamp of knowledge. He will light the lamp of knowledge from within. That's the process. Okay? Yes, Prabhuji. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna devotees. So thank you so much, devotees. We'll stop here. So I hope you got a nice taste of this 9th chapter. This is a very beautiful chapter, the most confidential knowledge. It's called the Rajaguhyam, the royal secret, right? So we'll discuss more. There's a lot to discuss. Thank you so much for joining. We'll stop here. We'll continue again on day after tomorrow. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Hare
devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat pranam.
Very